What's up, YouTube? Welcome to our Corona Extra review. I am Keone with California Beer Reviews, and I got my man Chris over here. So let's get on with the pour.
Kind of smells skunky this time.
Mine too, a little bit. It kind of smells skunky. I don't know about you, but almost every Corona I ever drank smelled somewhat skunky.
It has always been that way. It's like skunk was bred into it.
I know, right? I'm glad I ain't the only one.
Yep. I mean, mine smells really skunky. Like, it almost smells like somebody hit a skunk on the road. I'm serious. Once you start smelling the beer, though, it ain't that bad.
I know. I'm beginning to smell the hops. I mean the malt and just a faint hint of the hops. Everybody can see in YouTube land, there's a little foamy head. Got that crystal yellow kind of thing going on there.
Yep. I did a little bit of research. They said they use barley malt and they use rice or corn. So sometimes rice, sometimes
that's available.
Yep. And they actually use propylene glycol as a stabilizer.
Interesting.
Yep. They have like an antioxidant in it.
You know what the rumor is about the history about Corona? For a long time, people would make jokes about Corona being made out of donkey piss. At one point in time, back when Corona was still new, a lot of people actually believed that myth to be true, which is kind of hilarious if you think about it.
Maybe the skunkiness probably forced them to think it might have smelled like donkey piss, but
yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, no, I've always thought this to be a great beer. Corona has always been one of my favorites. The only problem I have with Corona is it's so popular now. I think I've stated this on my review. It's so popular now, it's sold in almost every state in the U.S. that it doesn't feel like a Mexican beer anymore. Yeah. What I mean by that is if you were to go to, you were actually to take a trip to Mexico, you wouldn't ask for a Corona because you can get that anywhere in the U.S. You'd want to try something that you can't get in the U.S., right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really put my finger on the taste on it right now. It tastes somewhat malty. I'm not really tasting too much hops. Not really tasting much grain at all either.
Nope. What I'm getting hit with is like a bite of lime. Even though, you know, like most people like add lime. You ever see at the bar, people like add a lime to a Corona? I kind of taste it without adding the lime. I kind of taste lime in the beer itself. I'm tasting like it's a bite of lime, then I'm tasting like hot bitterness, and I'm tasting like a sweet malt, like not cloying, but a sweet malt.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. That's the main thing I'm tasting is sort of like a lime flavoring that's going on in this beer. I noticed the hops. I mean, the malt, even though it's sweet, it seems to be very mild, and also same goes for the hops. It seems to be for the most part a very crisp beer at the end of it. Just the carbonation comes out more than anything.
Yeah, I agree with it, and I don't know. I gave it actually an A on my review, but I don't know whether maybe it was this bottle's old or something, but it's not tasting as good as I did it when I did the review.
Yeah.
It's still pretty refreshing beer. It is crisp, it is malty, but it's just not the same as when I did the review on it. I don't know, maybe it's because I had that Heineken we did earlier. Maybe that might contribute to it.
Possibly here too, but I feel like the maltiness is much more mild. Like when we just did the Heineken review, the Heineken is far more malty than a Corona. Corona seems to be very light on my end.
It also has like a watery finish. I don't know if you get. It's kind of watered down too. This beer is.
Yeah. Pretty interesting though.
The only time I've had Corona where it wasn't skunked, I had Corona in a 16-ounce can, which is very rare. They don't sell them no more here. Back in the early 2000s, they used to have 6-packs of Corona Extra in 16-ounce cans, and then they stopped doing it. And the only way you can find Corona now is in cases or in 22-ounce bottles.
Yeah, I heard they're beginning to do come back with the cans. I've seen commercials about the cans coming back, so that'd be pretty interesting. I would actually like to see if there's less skunk in the cans than you do with the bottles.
Yeah, because the light affects these clear bottles severely, as with all beers. Light can skunk all beers.
Yeah, definitely. So, what is your take on this beer? What would you rate it anyways?
I know I said I gave it an A on the review, but kind of having a little bit of second thoughts on it. Yeah. Just judging by the way this bottle was. Not for the overall, but I'll give it a solid B. I'll give it a solid B. It is refreshing, but I think it could have been a little bit better.
I think I would have to give it a 3.6 out of 5. It is refreshing. It is crisp. I look at this as being like a beach bums beer, something you drink while you're at the beach or on a hot day. But for the most part, if you're trying to sip on it for flavor, there is flavor, but there's not that much. Not enough where I would be completely satisfied with it. Yeah,
and I definitely agree with that. This would just be a beer to kick back because it's hot outside. That's it. Not for flavor. I would suggest if you're going with flavor, go for a Coors Banquet. That's what I would suggest. Yep.
It's so smooth and crisp. I'd say this is like a light beer, but better than any light beer. This is definitely better than Bud Light or Coors Light for sure.
Well, anything's better than Bud Light.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. What food do you think would go great with this?
I think this would go good with a... No, it kind of sounds kind of weird, but I think this would go good with the salad. I think this would go good with burritos. I also think this would go good with any kind of barbecue, whether you were doing burgers, whatever. But I do think this would go good with Mexican food. It is a Mexican beer, however. Tacos. Yeah.
We have tacos and burritos with this beer a few times at Mexican restaurants.
Yeah. But for some odd reason, I'm thinking in my mind this would taste good with the salad, actually.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be a hater right now, but everybody out there in YouTube land, go and check out Tecate. That has a lot of flavor for a Mexican beer. Too bad you can't get it over there, Chris.
Yeah, if I could, I would definitely be drinking Tecate over this. But nonetheless, this is still a pretty good beer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anything else particular you want to say about this beer?
No, just all I gotta say is, I mean, we didn't have too many good things to say about it, but don't knock it for yourself until you try it, you know, because everybody's got different tastes. So just because we might not like it that much doesn't mean that you won't. So go ahead and still try it. I recommend it, I guess.
Yeah, you know, YouTube. This is just our own opinions. You don't know until you go out and try it yourself. It is a good beer. It's just, to me, is lacking in kind of flavor in my opinion, like in the department of flavor. But yeah, I don't think I have much more to say. Do you have anything more to say, Chris?
Nope, not really. Just Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And go and buy yourself a Corona if you're into it.
All right, one last thing. Subscribe to Chris's channel. I'll try to put that in the description below. Until next time, YouTube, thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.